Today's video is brought to you by 1st Phorm. This is a pro-freedom supplement and nutrition company. And when I think of their products for you, I think of adding value to your life. And there is one product of theirs that I use more frequently than anything else that they make, and that is their meat sticks. They have these in approximately a 20 gram of protein stick. Think smoked meat. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. Eat it on the go when you get hungry. This channel is sponsored by them. I'm literally doing an ad for them right now, and I purchased these. So what I suggest you do is go down in the pinned comment, use the link that I have listed there. That is an affiliate link. It generates sales for the channel, and let them know that I sent you. Special thanks to 1st Phorm for making today's video possible. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Saturday if you do that weekend thing. But today I wanted to talk about the reduction in the ATF's budget, or the proposed reduction in the ATF's budget. Because remember, the president proposes a budget, then the House of Representatives quibbles and votes on it and packs it full of a bunch of pork, and then it goes to the Senate for a vote, and then it goes to the president to sign or veto it. So when it comes to the ATF's budget, what they're currently proposing is $1.2 billion, which in my opinion is $1.2 billion too many, but it is a substantial reduction from where we're currently sitting, which, depending on how you massage the numbers, you can come out with a bunch of different things. Remember that the proposed budget that was on track for a while was $1.952 billion for this fiscal year. However, some shenanigans have happened, and that funding has been collapsed a little bit down to 1.6-ish. Well, Kurt, that sounds great. What's the catch? Well, if we put this into graphical representation, as you can see, that pretty much brings it down to basically where he raised the budget to from Obama. Or depending on how you run the math, he reduced it to Obama levels. That sounds great. Good job, Mr. President. Oh, Kurt, you're being a prick. Yeah, I am. Because here's what the president did in his last tenure. If we look here on this graph, the blue is the previous year's budget. The orange is a recommended conservative increase of 2% just to keep everything level, right? And the gray is what was actually done by the administration. And again, we want to look at the fiscal year 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 budgets. Those are the budgets that would have been prepared by the Trump administration the last time that they were here. They increased the ATF budget way over what it should have been. Those first two budgets, the 2018 and 2019 budgets, were basically a wash. 2.8 and 1.8 respectively. We'll say that those average out to about 2%. We'll give them that. But in the 2020 budget, they increased it to 6.3%, and the 2021 budget was 3.4%. So way over a 2% COLA. Yes, when we're talking about comparison to the Biden administration, where we're talking about 5.7 and 9.2%, yes, were those more conservative increases in the budget? Yes, they were. But let's be real. The Biden administration had the starting point because the Trump administration increased the ATF budget so much when they got there. I went back and looked at Obama, and the average for his tenure was an average increase of 2.4% across all of his budgets. So, I mean, some of them were obviously higher and some of them were considerably lower, but Trump's average last time was 3.6. Don't get me wrong. I like the ATF budget is being cut. I don't think that 28% is enough of a cut. I think if we want to be realistic, I think more like 60%. They only need like 200 employees, right? They need like a couple inspectors for each state to do FFLs and a couple people to process NFA forms. That's it, right? Maybe a couple technical branch people. They don't need all of these people. They definitely don't need any law enforcement presence, which is another thing that kind of really irritates me about what the current administration is trying to do with law enforcement is they are talking about combining the ATF and the DEA into super ATF, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it is something that when they're done with it, it is a toy that a future anti-American, anti-freedom administration will use against the American people. But let's be real. President Biden would not have had the platform to stand on to increase the budget to where he did for the ATF if the previous Trump administration had not increased it how they increased it. And them reducing it back to where it was when they took over in 2016, context is meh. Not it's a plus, but it's not all that great when you put it in relative retrospect. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thanks for tuning in. Short video today. For everyone who was like super excited about this, I guess sorry for pissing in your Cheerios. It's just kind of been my MO these days.